Right then, so in this episode we're going to be working on the rear wheel arch. As you can see, what I've done is I've actually cut out more, simply because I needed more access. This is the issue with this, is that you're cutting away good metal, but the issue is that you just need the access, and you know, it's quite annoying. But I've cut out the inner arch at the top here. We're going to focus on this bit after. But yeah, so we need to make this from scratch because we don't have any sort of panel made already for it, unlike this one here. So yeah, it's just a bit annoying that I've had to cut so much out. I mean, that is just way too much to cut out. I also had to cut out the strengthening just to get access because I don't really fancy doing it upside down in there. So yeah, so what the idea is, I mean, I've cut the strengthener out, but I have put it in here for safekeeping, so that when I get the inner arch welded back on, I can put that back on and rebuild it from that way. So yeah, what we need to do now is just get some sheet metal, which we've got. I'll just jump cut to that now actually. Okay, so I've oversized the cut. This is the lip here, and there is the yeah, the overall shape. I've also got this here. That's just a template. I'm going to keep that just for safekeeping. So yeah, the idea is to cut this off, shape it, and then make the lip separate, and then weld that on, and then put it on the car. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that should work. So let's get this cut out now. Okay, so we have our panel all cut out. Done a few little quick lines, you can probably see, very quick indeed, just to where to bend. So we need to bend this, and we're also going to have to cut some relief slots into it at the top, just to get it to bend into shape that we need, otherwise it'll just bow out otherwise. But yeah, we need to make an arch out of this flat piece of metal, so let's go. Right then, so the way I'm going to tackle this is, obviously we've hammered that piece. It's currently over there somewhere, not to go get it, but I've cut this bit out from it because I'm going to do it in sections just to make sure that it's more accurate, because putting it all in at once is a bit of a nightmare. So we've cut this bit off first. As you can see, that's just going to go in there like so. Needs a bit more hammering, but then again, probably just do that while it's on the car. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll clean this panel up, get it all nice and sanded down, and yeah, we'll get some primer on it as well and clean up this edge as well here. Right then, so I've got one of these on, and yeah, it's just not, it needs pushing down a bit like that in order to get the gap right. It looks really piss wonky at the moment, but as we put a tack in, what I'll do is I'll put 2 tacks in at each end, test out this panel to see if it fits well, and yeah, just basically keep on tacking, checking, hammering, whatever. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get a nice accurate wheel arch. Right then, welding time. and so you can probably see that I've opened up that gap slightly because it was slightly overlapping as I welded it in. It obviously pulled it in a bit, so we're gonna fill that gap up with weld and see how it goes. It's lining up pretty decently, to be fair, so let's go. Okay, so I had to cut there because I just wanted to get it welded in and the camera was in the way. That's now in. Backside looks pretty decent. So what we need to do is obviously check for alignment, which we do every now and then, just to make sure. We need to put the lip on, obviously. Now this bit here is not lining up perfectly, so we'll have to do something with that, but I'll come up with something pretty easily so that it'll line up. So yeah, one bit done of the inner arch, which hey, it's slowly getting there, which is nice to see. So yeah, right, so that's all nice and ground back. I'm not going to do it on that side because obviously there's going to be under sealer and stuff on there and seam sealer and all that sort of thing, so that'll just give it a bit of strength. I just thought, because obviously when we're fitting the outer arch, we don't want them welds around here to you know, get in the way. So yeah, so that's nice and flat now. Just need to maybe tackle that bit of rust there, and we'll get some primer on there, zinc primer, make it look good, make it look nice and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm really chuffed, you know, that we're actually starting to get the inner arch all back to normal again. We've also got that bit down there. This is the other piece, which will slot in somewhere like that or whatever. But yeah, I'll get some paint on that, and yeah. Okay, so got this marked out here with the Sharpie. This is the area that we need to cut so that it can slot in here. So yeah, we need to cut that down, get it to size, make sure it fits with the outer arch, etc. But yeah, we'll get that cut now. Okay, so for this bit, just put a few tacks in, and I have noticed that it is overlapping. So what we're going to do is a thing called the cut and butt method, where we tack it in places and then cut it at where we want it to be welded at. So I'm starting off at this end, so we'll weld a few tacks in there just to keep it sturdy, and we'll work our way around to open up the gap. As you can see that this isn't lining up, that's okay, because this piece here wants to be out like that. So yeah, we'll see how that works. But yeah, so far it's lining up pretty nicely, apart from that little overlap, which isn't massive, but it's best to have a butt weld. We don't want any moisture getting trapped and it rotting out again, because I really don't want to do this one again. The rear arch has been probably the toughest part of the job so far, so yeah, let's just get this cracked on with. Okay, so that is all welded in now. Obviously, oh god, that's still on. We'll grind it down flat, fill in any pinholes we see, the usual. But yeah, so yeah, I'm really chuffed that I've got the majority of this inner arch done now. That's really good. So just need to do the back bit, which we'll do separately. We'll check for alignment with that panel there. We still need to make the lip for this, by the way, which will probably be the next big challenge, I think. But as you can see, you know, it's pretty good for welding penetration wise, you know, which is good. So yeah, we'll let this cool down a bit. We'll clean up in here a bit more, and we'll put some paint on it as well, so it doesn't rust. But yeah, there we go. Right then, so you can see it's not perfect whatsoever. There's a lot of hammer marks and stuff, but then again, you're not going to see this. So yeah, we've covered it with some Electrox from Built Hamber, letting that dry now. And yeah, the good thing is that it's in. We can shape it, we can manipulate it, you know, we can do that while it's on the car welded in. So I think the issue was trying to shape it off the car, and doing it in one piece is probably just not really the best idea, because it's getting it in, fitting it, you know, making sure it's all right. You know, if it's doing it in small steps, it's easier to shape, and what have you, it's easier to get in as well. So that's pretty much the top bit done. Just need to do this bit here, all down there, and also in there and along this seam here. I'm going to repair all that as well, because behind there's rusty as well, so may as well do it. So yeah, we're gonna get on with that next. Not today though. We'll do that another day, because I think that in itself is enough for today. So we'll see you in a minute. Right then, it's another lovely day, and you know what that means: more welding and more bodywork stuff on the Honda. Today we're working on this seam here, which is blown through due to rust. Probably can't see it on this side because, well, it's mainly on the other side. I'm going to have to do this repair somewhat. Well, I think I'm going to have to put a new lip on from the boot floor, and then obviously join the new quarter on. But yeah, as you can see, thankfully the rust doesn't go too far up here. It goes up to about there. But obviously on that back side, we want to make sure that there's no rust there. So yeah, we'll have a little nosy at that in just a moment. But yeah, we're going to refabricate all this section. Not a very hard piece of metal to make, just like a little shape like that. So we need to get all this removed and cut out first, so we know what we're dealing with. As you can probably see in there as well, it's a bit dark, but yeah, there's a rust up there as well. Let's just have a little nosy under here. You'll probably be able to see them. Yeah, as you can see, that's the problem that we're facing. It goes up there, so yeah, we'll replace all this. We'll get it all repaired and stuff today. Not an issue. We've also been making some little templates here. Oh dear. So we've got this one here first. That usually, well, I say it. So that goes on here like that. You'll get the idea when I get it made up and stuff. But yeah. So let's just crack on. Let's just get this cut out and let's see what we're working with. Okay then, right, so more cutting. Here is the piece that I cut off, and yeah, so we drilled all the spot with that, and as you can see, it gives us access to this, I say, quite rusty lip that we need to remake, which is not an issue whatsoever. We can easily do that.
So it seems that this inner arch is also this bit here. Need to come up with a little plan of action just to see what we're going to do with this. How we're going to rebuild it back up. Bit of bloody seam sealer there. Come on. Let's leave it. So yeah, it's like, it looks like it's triple skinned. So you've got this back bit, and you've got this bit, and then obviously you've got the bit that comes out, you know. Interesting. Right, well, best get a move on and start cutting a bit more away. Okay, so we've been doing a bit more investigating, and yeah, so this here, as you can see, is this section of the wheel arch, and then you've got the inner proper, you know, the inner wheel arch, where the strut tower is and that on the inside. So this is the outer inner, if you get me. It's a bit confusing, but basically the inner arch is in two pieces, as you can see, spot welded along here, and then you've got the rest of it inside there. So it joins here, and as you can see, this section here is this inner section, which this corner piece here needs repairing, which isn't an issue. Nice and easy little repair there, just cut along there, up there, and along there, because it does go up to about there, which, to be fair, isn't bad. The drill's still charging, so what we'll do is we'll clean up the rest of it, see how far it goes up. I don't think it'll go up any further than this, because obviously this is still intact. It would probably have flaked off by now. But yeah. Okie dokie, so some more headway. As you can see, I've drawn a line just to show you where I'm going to be cutting. Some spot welds there. That's where the floor, it's a bit odd, this floor. It goes down and then it stops there and then comes up like that. So yeah, so we're going to cut this bit, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Also, I've cut this bit out, as you can probably see. Yeah, just kind of slowly going at it just to remove all the bits of rust in the crevices and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed everything is good. Right then, so we've cut this bit out. As you can see, the lip is nice and solid, which is good to see. So we'll get that cleaned up to bare metal, put a bit of weld through primer on there, what have you, and that'll be nice and good. As you can see here, there is our new piece to go in there, like so. Still need to cut this bit out here, so we'll make a template for this bit, which is not an issue, nice and easy. We also need to do a little template for this lip here, but again, nice and easy. So we've got a few jobs to be getting on with now. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll get this cut out first, and then we'll cut the lip out and work our way backwards. So we'll weld the lip in and what have you, and just get that welded in, and etc, etc, build it back up, and yeah, it should be nice and good then, fingers crossed. Okay, well, here is the lip all cut out. Ideally I didn't want to cut out that much, but I was cutting it from underneath the car with the mask on, couldn't really see well. Ideally I only wanted to really cut out about 20 mil, but a bit more than 20 mil there I think, but not to worry. I mean, yeah. So at the moment we're just cleaning up that edge to get some nice fresh metal so we can weld to it. As you can see, this is everything that's been extracted from the car in this area. That gives you an idea of, you know. So yeah, looking forward to getting this all put back together, because this will look really good I think once it's done. I think this was one of the areas that I was most concerned about, because I didn't know how far this went up into the inner panels, but thankfully it didn't go that far, so that is really good. So yeah, really looking forward to getting this all put back together.
Okay then, right, so that was a very poorly made panel which I made in the vise. It's not brilliant, is it? Loads of hammer marks and stuff in it, but it won't really be seen much. So that's going to go in there like so. So we'll put a few tacks in, get it hammered in, make it look good, and give it a paint, and we should be good for today. So yeah, it's getting on now, so I want to get this in, and then tomorrow we can get the rest of the stuff in, so it should be good. Okay then, well, that's in very badly, but it's upside down welding. I've never done upside down welding before. So yeah, I think that's just fine, to be quite honest with you. So I'll get that painted. Yeah, we'll get it painted. We'll see what it's like and what have you. But wasn't fun. It really was not fun doing this bit. It really wasn't. Hence why I didn't record it. But it's in. It's sturdy. It's in. It just needs painting now. And yeah, whatever, I guess. Right then, so it's another day, and we've prepared the area. We've got a little panel here, which will just go in there like so. So yeah, we'll just go get the welder now. Right then, so you probably couldn't see any of that because the camera wasn't in the right place, but let's try that again. We've got the tacks in, so we just need to finish off the seam. Yeah, you can see that, get it welded in. Burning a bit crappy around there for some reason. I don't know if there's any left over under seal. Okay, let's go. crank the heat up. Power 2 seems to be burning better. Maybe that's what I should be on in the first place for that. Right, let's just hammer that down. Yeah, see, that's so much better. I don't know why I was on 1. Maybe it's just because I didn't really want to blow through, but it doesn't appear as if you bump up the wire speed and bump up the power, and you get a flatter weld. So, but yeah, it's easy to try and maybe stay away from the power of 1 on that welder, because it just sits a bit too much out. Like that. But yeah, there we go. There we go, all done. That's that bit done. Lovely. There we go. It's all nicely welded in there. Looking good. Get some paint on that now and we should be golden. Okie dokie. Now with that all welded in, the next bit is this piece here. It's a bit of a strange shape, but what happens is it folds here at this crease and it goes up in there like that. And then you've also got this bit that juts out here, and that there is your inner arch that goes all the way around there, so you kind of get the idea. So yeah, we'll get that cut out, we'll get it shaped up, and we'll get it welded in. Okay, so we have our piece and it's all been polished and what have you, cleaned up, and that just slots in up there like so, and it'll join at that this lip here, there, and then we've got this bit here which needs to be bent 90 degrees so that it's in line with the wheel arch. So we'll get that all shaped up and yeah, prepared. Okay, so here we go. Got some holes drilled for the plug welds. Bit of an amendment there with the line that I've drawn. It was slightly out, but yeah, that'll go in there like that. So there we go. You can see, gives you an idea
sort of thing. So yeah, get that welded in now. Okay, so that's all welded in. Do note that the alignment of the panels are meant to be like that. I've overdone the lip, you see, so I'm going to trim that down now that it's on the car. But yeah, all plug welded in. Now what I did was I welded it from the inside because easier access. So that's all welded in there, nice and good. So yeah, that just needs tidying up and what have you. And I'll put some primer on that. And yeah, that's that off a bit done. Oh, I also need to join them two bits together. This inner bit needs to be pushed in so that it joins up with that, so that I can just put two tacks in. As you can see, it's like that on that side there. You can just see them two tacks. So we'll just need to do that, and then that is a job well done. Right, so I'm testing the fitment of a quarter. Now, that piece that I made, I've enlarged it on purpose so that I can trim it down on the car, so that we get a perfect fit. So yeah, as you can see, it is fouling on that piece that we put in, so we need to trim that down. And then, I mean, it's lined up really nicely here, which is good. It's just this top bit there, we need to trim down, and then fingers crossed, jobs are good and we should be good. So yeah, we'll do that, and then hopefully that this will line up with this flange here. So yeah, it's slowly coming together now, which is good. Right then, so now we have all this welded in. I've made this piece here, which is going to be the lip. So what we're gonna have to do is shape it with the curve of this part here, and also put a curve on here. I've put some relief slots in there just to allow for ease of bending, and that's gonna have to go up and meet up that area there. So that'll give us the right profile to fill in this area here with a panel. So we know we've got the right profile then. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. So let's get this shaped, and yeah. Okay, so I'm just testing out the fitment of this. It's all lining up quite nicely with the arch. This is actually meant to be like this, just so you know. What I'll do here is, because it's a bit, it's overlapping a bit, I'll just push this inner panel out and then get it welded. Because, yeah, as I say, I'll show you, it's meant to be like this, and then you've got seam sealer to cover it up. So that's how it works. So you've got your inner, which is this lip here, seam sealed to the outer, and that join is along there. So yeah, just making sure that it is all as it should be for when I get this welded in. So yeah, let's get cracking on with that. Right then, so that is now in, and so yeah, it's a bit floppy, but that's to be expected. But the good news is it gives us a nice little area on which we know where to put the next panel. So obviously it's this big bit here that needs welded in now. So obviously we'll get that all like lined up. Oh, it's still red up that. We'll get it all lined up on where it needs to be, this piece here, either in or out, whatever. Get a bit of cardboard, we'll make a template, get it into metal, bend it, shape it, get it welded in, and then that is the inner arch done. So what we're going to do is I'll grind these down with the belt sander, get it all nice and flat and flush, and job's a good one. Once that's in, we then can get the lip on and the reinforcer, but that'll be probably in a different episode. Because I'm planning on doing the odd bits here and there as one episode, just to finish off this area on the car. So yeah, we'll be doing things such as the reinforcers. So that's a reinforcer there, so we need to build that back up. The sill has a reinforcer here. Also we'll put a jacking point in, and also the panel here, which basically joins the inner arch to the lower sill. So that'll be in another episode, that'll be in the next one. So yeah, hopefully that won't take too long, but yeah. Okay, it is the 11th and today I have been working on this little area here, joining it up to the top part of the arch so that we can get a accurate shape to fill in this area here. So as you can see, this is quite a bit of a awkward shape to make, a bit of an odd angle, you know, so kind of been sculpting it, putting little pieces in and what have you, but yeah, that's come out pretty sturdy, which is good. I've checked the alignment on the wheel arch. The wheel arch fits lovely over this. So yeah, what I need to do now is get a shape in here and maybe trim off some bits and bobs so it's easier to put in. But yeah, other than that, once that's in, that is the inner arch done pretty much. So a few little maybe welds to do there, but we'll do them separately. But yeah, let's go. Okay, so we've been doing some cardboard cutting out cardboard and all that lot, and there is a little template there for the next piece. So yeah, that is a bit wonky, innit? But yeah, should be good to get that in, and then that is it. That is the inner arch, like, done. Brilliant. Right, so I decided just to get this welded in, no messing around, and yeah, that's now in, looking good. Just need to grind these down so that the outer arch can fit on properly, because these are fouling on it. So yeah, we'll get them ground down, we'll test for fitment, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just testing the panel fitment, and just got a clamp on there just to keep it in place, but I mean, there we go. That is all in and done. I'm really pleased that I've got this all finished off today. It's been really good. Deliberately left that open because I'm going to inject some wax into there at a later date and then seal it up. But yeah, that is it. I'm going to get all these welds ground down so it's nice and flat. But yeah, I'll do that off video, because I really don't want to go over 40 minutes. It's getting pretty close now, so I think we're going to leave it here. So yeah, there we go. That is now all in. Don't worry about overlining up stuff, I can sort that out. That's not an issue whatsoever, but yeah, there we go. So thank you ever so much for watching this video on doing the inner arch. Next episode we'll be doing the reinforcers and all that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll see you then.